because we're going to go ahead and kick this meeting off. And it's a very special training. This is the first Monday morning power hour of the year. So I'm going to bring you guys some information to kick off the new year and what we've got to do. Because here's the deal. You guys hear me say it all the time. In order for us to achieve the things that we want, we have to become a different person, right? If you could be the same person that you are and still achieve the things that you want, you'd already have them, right? If you could have the things that you wanted, being the person you are right now, you would have already had them. So that's why we've got to work on some stuff. So with that being said, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to just jump right into the information because there's a lot to cover. Okay. So here's the deal. 2022, we've got today officially, we've got 52 weeks in the year to take advantage. I like to call them 52 strongs. I don't have 52 weeks. I've got 52 strongs. I want to go out there and I want to make sure that I have a strong week every single week for the rest of the year. Now, does that mean that I can't take vacations? Of course I can, and I will. I'm going to be going to Florida soon because I'm going to be moving to Florida in the near future. I'm going to be going to Tampa and a couple of other cities out there to build some business, to build the business, but also to scope out some places. But here's a point. Even when we take vacations, if you went out there and you built a team, you could still have those strongs, even though you're not, necessarily working your business. Because what if you go out there and you're able to build this and you have key people on your team, right? You've got peoples like the Angela Morrows, you got peoples like the Isela Bonada, right? David Perez and Anthony Bonillas, you've got people like that. Guess what? You could still have these strong weeks. So 52 strongs is what we've got. So with that being said, I want to start off with something called the slide edge. Okay. This is so incredibly important. I learned this back in 2003. Now I want you to, if you're writing down, and if you're not, if you're driving or something, I want you to imagine, okay, there's two lines going parallel to each other like this across the page. You want to draw the line going across the page, and then one of them starts to go up. So it's going straight, and then it starts to go up. There's another one under it that's also going straight, but at the same place where the other one started going up, this one goes down. Okay, so it looks like this, right? So here's what happens. You've got guy A and guy B, or girl A, girl B. The guy A is saying, hey, listen, here's the deal. I've got 52 strongs in the year. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to prospect. I'm going to door knock. I'm going to do all of the things that I didn't do last year. I'm going to do a lot more of it, right? So guy A starts off, because here's the deal. The simple disciplines in life, I want you to write this down. Disciplines are followed by a flock of their relatives. Errors in judgment or lack of discipline is also followed by a flock of its relatives. So imagine this. Let me give you a story. Most people, they dig their grave with their teeth, right? Most people, by the time they're in their 60s, 70s, 80s, right, they're not very healthy. And how do they get there? Did they get there with that one Big Mac? No, they didn't get there with that one Big Mac. It was a Big Mac that they repeated to eat over and over and over. It was the fried food. It was the fast food. It was a processed food. It was shopping inside of the grocery store in the middle sections instead of the outside sections, because the outside sections, if you notice, that's where the vegetables are. That's where the fruits are. The outside sections is what you really want to eat from. But here's the point. That person didn't become a failure in health in one day, just like you will not become a failure in this business in one day. One day that you don't go hit the field is not going to make you a failure. But the repeated of that will make you a failure. So guy A, there's two kinds of people in this room here today. There's guy A. Guy A is which one? Guy A is the one that says, hey, I'm going to go door knocking today. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to pay the price. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to go hit the doors for 4 hours or prospect however you want, whether you're doing it by calling leads, whether you're doing it door knocking, new homeowners, whatever the case is. Guy B says, hey, listen, Pete, I'm going to take the day off because you know what? We got the rest of the year, bro. We're good. I mean, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna strategize, but I'm not gonna hit the field. Guy A next day says, I'm gonna eat a salad and I'm gonna go to the gym before I go prospecting. Guy B says, hey man, I'm gonna just have that McDonald's breakfast, man. It's so delicious, those McGriddles, right? I haven't had those in over 10 years, by the way, but I remember those. I used to like those. I'm not gonna have the salad. I'm gonna have this stuff because, hey man, you know, a little bit of poison ain't gonna kill you. But here's the deal. Can you see a difference in that same day between the two people? No, you can't see a difference in how they look or their health or their business. You can't see a difference that day. But those simple disciplines repeated over time and those simple errors in judgment repeated over time, eventually you will see a difference. Here's how it goes. Guy A is being on, this is key, super key, write this down. Guy A is being uncomfortable. Guy B is being comfortable. The opposite, right? Guy A is uncomfortable. Guy B is comfortable. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do something. One second. So guy A is comfortable and guy B is uncomfortable because it's more comfortable to stay at home than to go to the gym. It's more comfortable to stay at home than to go knock on doors. It's more comfortable to stay at home on a Monday morning, get on Zoom than to come here. You know that there's people that live 30 minutes away from the office. They could come and spend time here. Because after this training, I'm spending time with the people that came here. We're spending one-on-one time. Because guess what? I'm looking for those people that want to go out there and make it happen. I'm looking for the lookers. What do I mean by the lookers? I'm looking for the lookers of success. Those that really want to achieve success, that's what I'm looking for, right? So guy A is comfortable, guy B is uncomfortable, okay? But guess what happens? As I get repeated, and bear with me 1 minute, because I'm going to put, I promise some people I'm going to put this on Facebook Live. 1 second. How do I go live here? I haven't done a live in a while. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So you've got guy A and guy B, right? So guy B is comfortable. Guy A is uncomfortable. Write this down, an oldie but a goodie. Success exists outside of the comfort zone. Success exists outside of the comfort zone. So here's the way you work with the comfort zone. The way that you work with the comfort zone is like this. First, we got to develop the habits and write this down. First, our habits create us. Then we create our habits. First, our habits create us. Then we create our habits. So at first, you develop the habit of getting outside of your comfort zone. Okay? You develop the habit of getting outside of your comfort zone. And then you go back in, then you go out, then you go back in. Winners, write this down. Winners are uncomfortable where they used to be comfortable. Winners are uncomfortable where they used to be comfortable. So being on the couch, sleeping in, except, staying up too late, waking up groggy, that's what used to make them comfortable. Staying up late, Netflix and chilling, right? Staying on their bed, right? Instead of getting up early and going to bed or going to the gym. That to a winner is what is now the new uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable. You got to make a decision for 2022. Are you going to be the old you or are you going to be the new you? Are you going to be the old you that was out there procrastinating, making excuses, blaming other people? What are the 3 things that a victim does? You guys heard me say this a million times. By the way, we're on Facebook Live. If you guys are on Facebook, share it on Facebook with people that you know. Here's the deal. 3 things that a victim does. They blame, complain, and justify. They blame other people. Always, never themselves, always others. They're complaining. And guess what they also do? They justify, hey man, money isn't everything. Hey, you know what? I'd rather be happy than rich. I'd rather be both. I'd rather be both. If I'm rich, I could help more poor people. I could also inspire more people. I could teach people what I did. I could tithe more to my ministry. I could take more vacations. I could take care of my mom better. In case of emergencies, I'm able to handle those emergencies a lot better. Who says happy or rich, right? I'd rather be both. So they blame, complain, and justify. Don't be a victim. That's what victims do. For 2022, you got to be a winner if you want success. What does a winner do? Simple. They take 100% responsibility for everything every time. That's it. Simple. A winner takes 100% responsibility, period. A winner isn't looking out, oh, who am I going to blame? I'm about to complain, and then I'm going to justify how come I didn't achieve what I want. No, they justify like, you know what, whatever. It wasn't that important to me anyways. Money isn't everything. I agree, money isn't everything. Money doesn't buy happiness. That is true. But what is being broke buy? Money doesn't buy happiness, okay. But what about being poor? What does that buy? Yeah, even less, right? That buys you some pity. That buys you some pity and some charity. I don't want pity and charity. I want to give charity. I want to give to charity. So you got to make a decision. Right now is the best time to do it. And don't be a temporarily motivated individual. See, in my company of 6,000 plus consultants, I happen to be rated the #1 mentor in the entire company. I don't say that to be braggadocious. I say that to let you know that I have some credibility regarding the things that I'm talking about. I'm not over here blowing smoke. We're going to go out there and crush it. Part of the reason why I was able to do this because I built a big team and I help other people become successful. So bottom line, but here's the deal. Let me give you a little golden nugget that I didn't plan on giving you. You've got to envision the end result first. You've got to, when I started with this company, April 2020, so almost 2 years, April 2020, I started with this company, Powur. I didn't have one person on my team. I didn't have one sale under my belt. I had never sold solar before. But I said, I can't wait till I have 100 salespeople on my team until I have 20 sales under my belt. Now, right now, where are they at? That's none of my business. The success that you want, that's none of your business. You know what is your business? The output. If you put the proper output, you will get the proper outcome. If you put in the proper output, you will get the proper outcome. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. You know what you got to worry about? You got to worry about putting one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other on a consistent basis, which we're going to talk about here today. So going back to the slide edge, you've got the slide edge. One person is doing the daily disciplines. The next person is doing the daily errors in judgment. You can't tell the difference the same day or the same week or the same month. But one of them develops the habit of being a winner. The other one develops a habit of making excuses, being a victim, blaming, justifying, and complaining. Now, guy A that's doing the disciplines, he's waking up early, he's going to prospecting, he's being consistent, he's showing up. That's uncomfortable. All those things are uncomfortable. If you want to fail, write this down. If you want to fail, follow the masses. Matter of fact, even in this room, you want to fail, look at what the majority of the people on this Zoom are doing, or what the majority of the people in your office are doing, and do what they do if you want to fail. Look at the 80%ers, 80 to 90% of the people in any organization. Do what they do, and you will fail. Because most people are going to fail. It's a bottom line. Most people are going to fail. So you got guy A, daily disciplines, uncomfortable. Guy B, daily errors in judgment. He's more comfortable. But what happens? A year from now, 3 years from now, 5, 10 years from now, guy A starts to go like this, like a hockey stick. Guy A starts to go like this, downward. Now, guy B has more stress. Stress creates belly fat. Stress creates a bunch of other illnesses. Stress causes hair loss. Stress causes cancer. Stress causes a bunch of shit that you don't want. Excuse my language. That one slipped. A bunch of things that you don't want. right? Guy A is feeling accomplished. Here's the deal. We are the happiest when we are producing. We are the happiest when we are building. When we are producing and building, we are the happiest. So when you start to see your team, your leads stack up, even if you don't got to sell, but you got leads in there, you've got potential in there, you start to feel good about yourself. Now you're creating momentum, because life is about momentum. You're either gaining momentum or you're losing momentum. I would recommend that hey, guess what? Keep gaining that momentum. Keep gaining that momentum. I'm all about momentum. I'm a momentum creator. That's why I'm saying, hey, listen, those of you guys that want to win big in your local, I'm looking to see if you guys are going to show up to the office to the trainings. A lot of people tell me, hey, man, I want to be successful and stuff, but they don't take the time on a Monday morning to come over. It's like, what? We got an office for that reason, right? We got an office for that reason. Matter of fact, there's somebody that's calling me. Let me go ahead and tag them on here so I can let them know that I'm on here. Hold on. Oh, can't. Okay, that's fine. Not going to do it. Darn iPhones. I have my second phone is an iPhone and I don't know how to control it, so whatever. All right, so here's the deal. After that time, guy A is now comfortable. Because imagine, what if 3 years go by and you've got a six-figure, multiple six-figure, maybe even a seven-figure income? 6 figures comes in passively, whether you work or not. For those of you guys in Powur, right, guess what? You've got a 6-figure income that comes in passively, and you can make another multiple 6-figure income in mentoring deals via Zoom with warm leads. Would that be a pretty good place to be? Absolutely. Guess what, though? That doesn't happen unless we pay the price. Now, is that a pretty comfortable situation? Yes. Look, my January 2022 versus my January 2021, January 2021 was great, because from April 2020 through the end of the year, I worked my butt off. So January 2021, I had a great income. Not only did I have a great income, but guess what? I had passive income. I had mentor deals. However, 2022, my passive income is a lot bigger. My mentor deals are a lot more often. People are giving me warm market leads. Hey, man, I got my sister that wants solar. My customers are now giving me referrals. I could go out there and make $10,000 to $30,000 in a week if I want to. If I really want to go out there and make $10,000 to $30,000 in a week, all I got to do is take more mentor sales and do that instead of giving up mentor sales. Does that make sense? But guess what? How is your January 2023 going to look like? That is dependent on the things that you do today, because where you are right now with your finances and with your health is directly related. It's the residual of the decisions that you have made in the past. That's 100% the truth. It is a residual of the decisions that you've made in the past. So guy A, because of those disciplines, is now comfortable. Guy B is now uncomfortable. Remember, guy A had to be uncomfortable first in order to be comfortable now. Guy B had to be comfortable then. Now he's uncomfortable. Why? Because he's not financially where he wants to be. He's not as fulfilled as he wants. He doesn't have the time freedom or the financial freedom, right? And he has more stress. Guess what? That's a bad place to be, man. That is a slight edge. It isn't that hamburger, is it? It isn't missing out one day on the field that throws you off. But you know what? Go ahead and keep making those decisions to not do the disciplines. Because remember, first we create our disciplines and our disciplines create us. Okay, very, very important, right? So let's talk about some of these disciplines. Because here's the deal. Jim Rohn says this: discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons. You're going to suffer 2 pains in life. 2 pains in life. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. 1 year from now, some of you guys are going to decide today to pay the pain of discipline. The pain of discipline isn't easy. We got Reggie, we've got Peter, we've got Omar here. Would it be more comfortable for these gentlemen to be at home and watch this training via Zoom? Yes, it would be. But guess what? They're here. So after we're done, we're going to go in and we're going to do a strategy session with them specifically, because they showed up. 90% of success is showing up. 90% of success is showing up, man. Okay, so let's talk about some of these disciplines. Remember, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Working on weekends, that is a big separator, by the way. You want to get to mentor, you want to get to the next level, even if we've got real estate agents watching this, weekends are the great separator. Before I had the position that I have right now, I worked every weekend. Not only did I work every weekend, but I looked forward. I looked forward to working on the weekend. You know why? Because more people were home. I was prospecting. I was knocking on people's doors at 10 a.m. in the morning. It should have been 9 a.m., to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't start at 9. I hit the field by 10. Saturdays from 10 to 6, I would hit the field nonstop, and I would take a 30-minute break to have lunch. And I usually have it in my car. And then I went and hit the field. Here's the deal. Let me share with you guys a little bit personal. I won't take a lot of time on this. 2018, I was a millionaire. By 2019, I had lost it. By 2019, my littlest brother let me borrow $10,000. Let me tell you a funny story about that. Not only did he let me borrow $10,000, but he let me borrow it in crypto. He let me borrow, I think it was 0.6 of a Bitcoin and 7 Ethereum. Okay. At the time, that was approximately 10,000. Right now, an Ethereum is worth about $4,000. A Bitcoin's worth about 50 or 60,000. I have to pay him back in Bitcoin, in the crypto that I got. So that 10,000, we made a deal. He says, I'll let you borrow this money, but you got to give it back to me in crypto. Right? So guess what? That 10,000 didn't cost me 10, it cost me about more than 50. Right? But the point is that I said, I'm going to train you on how to make $1 million. I made $1 million when I was 30 years old in 1 year. I'm going to train on some of the things that it takes to get there. This is just a preface, but this stuff is going to go fast. Last year, I made almost about, between multiple businesses, but the majority from Powur, over $500,000, right? In commissions and earnings, right? About 400,000 from my solar business, my first full year in the business. So we're going to train on what it takes to go out there and do that, right? So some of the disciplines, number one is weekends. That's a big separator. You want to separate yourself from other people? You got to put in the weekends. Not some weekends, every weekend. I'm a big fight guy. Weekends, I finish by 6, and I said, that's perfect. You know why? Because the fight starts at 6, but the main card doesn't start till about 7. So I said, I go from 10 to 6. I would go Saturdays, every Saturday, and some Sundays. Because I also spend time with my family. Now, if I didn't have a family, if I wasn't married with kids, I'd work Saturday and Sunday. I'm just telling you what I would do, and I'm telling you what I did do. Okay, so weekends is a big separator. The next one, eating healthier and drinking more water. You want to perform better? Guess what? You've got to treat yourself better. Here's the deal. People think 40 hours a week is full time. To me, that's part time. You want to achieve big success? You want to make $1 million? It's not going to happen working 40 hours a week. I'm telling you that right now. 40 hours a week is not going to cut it to make $1 million. Now, if you don't want to make $1 million, that's okay. It's cool. Okay. You don't have to take everything I'm telling you. I'm going to give you some information. You take what you want to take. Okay. But eating healthy. If you want to go out there and work an effective 40, 50, 60 hours and do it effectively and not feel it so much, you got to get healthier. You got to drink a lot of water. I recommend drinking 1 gallon of water per day. Eat better quality foods. Don't eat processed food. If it comes in a bag, box, or a can, don't eat it. That would be my recommendation. That processed food is killing you over time, and it's killing your energy now. And you know what? To make a lot of money, you need the proper energy. Not only that, don't you think you'll feel good if you start doing that? Drinking a lot of water, eating healthier, and exercising 3 to 5 days a week. Not only will you feel better, but you'll look better. And when you look better, you perform better. When you're more confident, you get more business. You attract more business. You attract more people. I'm in decent shape, not in good shape, because I'm not in good shape, but I'm in decent shape. But when I met my wife, I was in good shape. That's how I got her, right? But I try to maintain. I work out 4 days a week at least. I drink only alkaline water. These are little differences that seem to make no difference in the act of doing them, but repeated over time have a compound effect. I'm telling you, man. I'm not giving you the most sexy stuff, I don't think, right now, but I'm giving you some essential stuff. I think this stuff is essential. Let's keep it going. You want to cut some negative friends and family from your life. That doesn't mean to disown them. That's not what I'm saying. But there's some people I used to spend time with before. I used to spend hours with. I can't spend minutes with anymore. There's some people I used to spend a couple of minutes with. I can't spend no time with anymore. Because I understand now that, guess what? I only have a certain amount of time in the day. I've got to use that time with the right people. And I don't give my time, which is the most valuable thing that I've got. I don't give my time to people that aren't adding value to my life, and I'm not adding value to their life. Or if they're taking value, some people are negative. Let's face it, some people are so negative, they could walk into a dark room and develop, right? Some people are negative. Some of you guys will get that as an old reference to how pictures, photographs were made back in the days, right? But there's some negative people. Guess what? If you hang out with 5 negative people, 5 broke people, you'll be number 6. But what if you start hanging out with winners, people with goals in life, people that really want to make it happen, people that are going after it? What if you start hanging out with people in our team that are hitting the field, that are constantly building a team, that are constantly making sales, that are constantly prospecting? What do you think is going to happen to your business? It's going to grow. There's no way that you're not going to grow. And guess what? Those people, they won't even let you hang out with them if you're half-assing the business. They're going to say, dude, you say that you want it. You say that you want to show up and work, but you don't show up and work. Go work with somebody else. That's what I would tell you. That's what I would tell you. Right? So anyways, let's keep it moving. You want to enter. I recommend that you guys get a CRM and enter all of your contacts into a CRM. That way you could go ahead and constantly track your organization, your leads, so you can know where they come from. So you have a CRM. Some of the best sales professionals in the world have an incredible database, and they have the notes of how they met that database. Okay. You want to invest in yourself and in your business. How much money and time are you investing in yourself and in your business? Like this year, I'm going to go to a couple of conventions. I'm going to spend airplane ticket. I'm going to spend hotel. I'm going to spend the cost of the ticket. I'm going to spend money into my business. Somebody asked if they could use a realtor CRM. Yes, I actually use a realtor CRM. It's called Lion Desk. Just get a good CRM that works for you, man. All of you guys that get the text from me for these trainings, that's sent through my CRM. I enter my leads in my CRM, and it's got the date, time that I met them. I got the notes. I can set myself reminders to email me or text me. Okay. You got to make sure that you are a professional, which we're going to get into that here shortly. Okay. So let's keep it moving. Okay. I'm going to get into 5 elements that will help you tremendously to become a millionaire, to make $1 million. Here we go. Element number 1, you've got to be in an industry with the right place, that's at the right place and at the right time. Write this down. The T in timing is significantly more important than the T in talent when it comes to business and making money. The T in timing is more important than the T in talent. Timing is more important than your talent. You could take somebody that's the best salesperson, professional, presenter, etc., even with the work ethic and discipline. Go ahead and put them to sell cell phones at the mall. See how much money he'll make. Even worse, put them selling pagers. How much money will he make? Best salesperson in the world, the most disciplined, the most charisma, the best follow-up. How much money is that person going to make selling pagers or even cell phones? There's no money in those businesses. It's very little money. In phones, you might be able to pay your bills, but certainly not going to make $1 million. But now you take somebody that's a dud. The first guy was a stud. Now you take a dud and you put him in the right business at the right time. And that person can go out there. You could literally, some industries, if you have the right time in the right industry, you can literally get lucky and make $1 million. I've seen it. I've seen people significantly less talented than me, less experienced than me, that are deca millionaires now. The industry that they were in. It's like, wow. And I'm not hating on them. Like, good for them. That gets me excited. Guess what? We are in the solar industry. The government is pushing solar. The world, the future is solar. We are in the right industry. So you got element number one. You know that most people will go their entire life. Most people will go their entire life and never find the right industry at the right time. They'll never do it. That is one of the most key things that you need to make $1 million. It's one of the most key things. Let's keep it moving. The next one, your work ethic. You've got to have a work ethic. You can't be at the right place at the right time and be temporarily motivated and work when you feel like working. Here's what you need. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. Motivation will get you to do things for a little while, then it wears off. Discipline will get you to do the stuff you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline picks up where motivation leaves off. You need discipline. That is one of the most key things I'll ever tell you. A lot of times I go to the gym, I don't feel like being at the gym, but how I feel has nothing to do with what I'm going to do. How I feel has nothing to do with how I'm going to show up this year, how I'm going to show up for my customers, how I'm going to show up for my team. How I feel has nothing to do with that. The commitments that I make to myself, to my team, to my customers, to my family, to God, those commitments, those are what are going to get me to do what I have to do, even when I don't feel like doing them. You've got to have the right work ethic. Okay. Number 3, how many starts do you have? Unsuccessful people have way more starts and stops than people that are successful. Not only that, their stops last a whole lot longer than a successful person. Here's what I'm saying. If you would have met me 15 years ago and I had a girlfriend and I broke up with that girlfriend, that would have got me to stop for a week, 2, 3 weeks. Or I would have had something else that happened to me, would have got me to stop for X amount of time. The things that used to make me stop before do not make me stop now. Okay. Now, am I saying that you're not going to have challenges that hit your life? No, I'm not saying that. But some people drown in a cup of water. Some people let little things keep them away from big opportunities. They find any little excuse to not make it. I'll give an example. The Mentor Factory. I'm not going to mention this guy's name. I think he's super sharp, but some of his decisions to me boggle my mind. He says, hey, bro, I don't have the money to go to the Mentor Factory. I have 75 bucks. What can you do? Can you help me out? I'll pay you back. I said, give me the 75 bucks because you need to have some skin in the game. I'll put the rest for you and make it. He says, I want to take my wife too. So no problem. We worked out a deal. Great. Makes it to the first day late. Second day, sends me a text saying, I can't make it because my wife, it's her time of the month and she doesn't feel that good. Okay. But me being me, I text him, good thing is not your time of the month. I'll see you at the training. Now, here's why I said that, because he's telling me he wants to be successful. He's telling me, JC, hold me accountable. JC, help me. Bro, I get it. I'm not a woman. I can't, I'm not judging your wife if she's not in the business. Do what you got to do. And I hope she feels better. I have a wife, so I understand what he's talking about to that degree, to as much of a degree as a man can understand. But if my wife is telling me that she doesn't feel good because it's that time of the month, I'm going to say, baby, feel better. Can I order you something? What can I do for you to be good? Okay, you're good? Great. I'm on my way to training. I'll see you when the training is done. Point is, it boggles my mind. This dude is broke, busted, and disgusted. And he let that stop him from a training that he paid for. He didn't even have the entire money, which that in itself is, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you don't got the money to pay for a training and you ask for help, that's cool, bro. But then we got people that flew in from Texas. We got people that sold some things to get the money, to get the plane ticket, to get the hotel, to pay for the event, and to make it. And they made it all days. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? work ethic. This guy has skills, sharp as a tack, sharp, and skills and experience. But what he doesn't have is discipline. You don't have discipline, my friend, you're dead in the water. This here, I know some of you guys are getting motivated. By the way, I want you guys to share with me on the chat, whether Facebook or Zoom. Share with me on the chat if you guys are liking this information. I want you to put fire emojis or ones on the chat if you guys are liking this information, because I'm being raw with you. Thank you, Mike Logan. Appreciate that. I'm raw like sushi. Okay, here we go. I appreciate that, Robert Hollis. Let's keep it moving. Write this down. Super, super, super key. Time will either promote you or expose you. We go on a challenge. If you guys want to do a challenge, a weight loss challenge, let me know. I'm down. I got some pounds to lose. We'll put up some money to it. We'll put $100. Winner takes it all. If y'all want to do it, I know Pete is down for it because Pete's done that before, and Pete works out hard. But the point is this. I will go bell to bell, and I'm not always going to win. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to quit, and I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to have an alibi as to why. No. I'm going to go out there and win. Time will either promote you or expose you. In this business, right now, clean slate. I shared a quote, December 31st. Tomorrow is the first day of a 365-page book. Make sure you write a good one. It's your 365-page book. Is it going to be a good book, or is it going to be the same tired old book that's always been written? Because most people, New Year's resolutions, that's why I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I think that's BS. New Year's resolutions, by the way, tag me on social media. If you guys liking this information, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, show me some love. New Year's resolutions, if it's so damn important, why are you waiting for the new year? Oh, here's the thing. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow morning, 8:30. I drop off my son, 8:30, I'll be in the gym. I'm in the gym. I know because it's the first week of January, you're gonna have all the posers there that by the end of March, they're gone. They're just in my way. I saw y'all here a year ago. You guys back, right? Like, come on, man, get out of that machine, bro. Not only that, they're on the machines and stuff. They're not even using them. They're texting. They're taking selfies. New Year's resolutions, new year, new me. Like, bro, if selfies made you lose weight, you don't have to leave your house, bro. Stay at home, take those selfies. Time will either promote you or expose you. Here's a question. How's your end of year going to be? How's your New Year's celebration going to be? New Year's celebration. Think about this. Right now, everybody's saying what? 3 words. Happy New Year. Really? Tell me what's happy about this year for you. What are you doing that's going to make it happy? Tell me what's new about it. Most people, they're not going to have neither a happy, neither a new. Neither happy, neither a new. Right? You know what my thing is? I am going to have a new year. My focus this year is to develop leaders. My focus is to develop leaders, There are some solar pros, mega pros out there that I don't know yet that I'm going to recruit. JC, but where are all these people going to come from? That's none of my business. Wherever they're at right now, that's the answer. All these customers. I sold about 100 projects last year. About 100. Where are all those people going to come from? Doesn't matter. It's none of my business. Wherever they're at right now, they're going to come. God is going to give me what he wants to be for me. And I'm going to service these clients. And I'm going to achieve my goals. And I'm going to do it by serving others. And I'm going to do it by helping God's people. That's what I'm going to do. Time will either promote you or expose you. So let's keep it moving. The next one. Personal growth speed. This is number 4. Tip number 4. So the first one is right industry, right time. Second one is work ethic. Third one is how many starts and stops do you have? You start, you get motivated, and then boom, you stop. Something's going to happen in February. Oh, you stop. Oh, man. You know what I mean? Some people are going to get COVID. Understandable. You're going to stop if you get COVID. I get it. All right. But then when they get better, they lost that momentum. They're not going to come back. Or they're going to come back and because they lost momentum, they're just not going to pick right up where they left off. When I had COVID, December 2020, I was out for 2 weeks. I would work from about 8 till about 12. Then I was out sleeping. I didn't have any shortness of breath. I just felt lethargic. I just felt tired. I just didn't feel like working. But I work part-time. But that's just me. It hits everybody different. I'm not telling you that you should be doing that. Don't get me wrong, because we live in a world, man, where you get judged and people are praised for being victims. That's a world that we live in, by the way. People are praised. You guys know that Jussie Smollett thing? Come on, man. That dude made that up to be a victim. People feel good. This is the age of the victim. We're living in the age of the victim. It's good to be victimized. Oh my God. Oh, so you're saying about this, but no, bro. I'm saying to get your head out of your butt, man, and get to work. Right? We live in the world of the victims. If you're that kind of person, you should get out right now. You should get out right now. I'm giving you fair warning. I'm not going to sugar. This is Eagle School. You understand? This ain't Duck School. You want Duck School? Go to, SMN, NBC or whatever, right? Go to the major media outlets, right? Go to the traditional schooling system. This is Eagle School. This is how to make $1 million. This is how to crush it. This is how to crush it. Okay. So the number four is personal growth speed. What is your speed of personal growth? You could collapse times. If you read 5 books on any subject, you will know more than 99% of people in the world know about that subject. If you read 5 books on any subject, you will know more than 99% of people on that particular subject. Okay. So what is your personal growth speed? That's why these trainings are important. Imagine to be a strong salesperson. What are some attributes to be a strong salesperson? Develop the selling skills, presentation skills, overcoming skills. How about this? Charisma. Charisma helps you close deals. Discipline to follow up on these people. Discipline to consistently prospect, right? Filling up your pipeline. Another skill, overcoming objections. That's a very big skill, man. In sales, you got to overcome objection. We get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. You want to make $1 million, you better pack your lunch because you're going to have $1 million problems. Okay? You're going to have $1 million problems. You better solve problems. And you know what one of the best skills is here in this business, just in sales in general? Prospecting. You got to be filling up your pipeline every single week, every single day. Fill up your pipeline. And in our business, prospecting homeowners and prospecting agents. Even if you're not a mentor yet, doesn't matter. Keep building your team. That way, by the time you get to mentor, boom, you got 20 people, 30 people, 40 people sending you business. How many guys would like that? That's what I did. Took me 11 weeks to get to mentor. By the time I got to mentor in 11 weeks, door knocking, I have 40 people on my team. I never needed to look for a lead ever again. Never needed to look for a lead ever again. Now I've got over 500 people, right? We're going to go from 500 to 4,000 to 5,000 by the end of the year. We're going to go from 500 consultants to 4,000 to 5,000 by December 31st, 2022 by 11:59 p.m. I'm so happy and grateful now that it is December 31st, 2022, 11:59 p.m. that I've got 4,000 to 5,000 people on my organization. That's how I say my goals. You talk it as if you are already experiencing it. I'm so happy and grateful. So happy and grateful. The next one, number of industries you are involved in. Imagine if you start for 2 years in the car sales business. Then you take the next 2 years to go to real estate. Then you take the next 2 years to go to solar. Then you take the next 2 years to do this. Let me tell you why. I've made this mistake. Cost me a lot of money. When I came to Powur, I said, this is what I'm going to do for the next 2 decades at least. I'm going to get wealthy with this business, and I am burning my ships. The solar business is what I'm going to put more glass on roof than any individual salesperson in the industry and in the world. I'm going to put more glass on the roof. I'm going to create more green energy, help more homeowners save more money than any individual salesperson out there. And team-wise, more than any company out there. My team will outproduce the rest of the company. The rest of Powur, we're going to see them in the rearview mirror. That's my goal. That's my goal. Whether that'll happen or not, we'll see, right?
Yep.
But my goal is an audacious goal. A BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. That's my goal. Now, are some people going to think I'm crazy? Yes, they are. Guess what? That means I'm doing the right thing. If people think you're crazy for your goals and for doing what you're doing, you're probably doing the right thing, because most people are programmed for mediocrity. Most people are programmed to just be average Joe and Jane. Most people, and let me tell you something. If that's what makes you happy and you have that peace with God, more power to you. That's success. If somebody has, their nice job and their nice family, the white picket fence, new Honda Accord every 3-4 years, and they're happy with that, that is success. I'm not judging that. It's not about money. To me, it's more about impact. I want to, because I was born in Mexico in real poverty. When I came here, we were in American type of poverty, which is different. American poverty is different than Mexico poverty. Okay, there's a big difference. Poor people here, it's not like poor people in Mexico. But I always knew I want to make an impact. I want to help people. I want to help my mom. And I knew that I have to make multiple six figures in order to help my retired mom and in order to sustain the life that we want. Right? All right, let's keep it moving. So number 5 is industries. You have to choose the right industry, and you have to focus for the next couple of decades. You have to have a long-term vision in the right industry. You have to make a decision. What industry are you involved in? And make a decision. What I did is I burned my ships. I have been involved in the network marketing industry all of my adult life, so it was a little bit of a mental struggle. I identified myself as a network marketing leader, successful one at that, 120,000 person organization at my peak in MLM. And I said, I'm leaving that behind. I'm going to focus on the solar industry, and I'm going to build a huge sales organization in the solar industry. And I'm going to go out there and crush it. And I'm going to dominate, and I'm going to learn this business. And this is what I'm going to do for a minimum of 2 decades. The reason why I said 2 decades is because I feel like that is the boom. We've got a boom in the renewable energy for about 2 decades. Right. So I'm talking realistically, but I believe that in 2 decades, I could go and make anywhere from 20 to $100 million. I believe I can do that. Is that going to happen? Only our creator knows, but that's what I believe. Now, if I go out there and do that, I'm 38 years old and I go out there and make 20 to 50 million in the next 20 years. I think I could retire. Right. I think I'll be all right, especially if I make some smart investments along the way. This is how my mind works. I'm not telling you that your mind has to work like that. You have your goals that are different from mine. I'm simply sharing what my goals are. My goals are different. Next 2 decades, 20 to $50 million is what I plan to earn. And I plan to be worth a lot more than that because of investments. I'm not going to increase my income and then increase my living expenses. That's what the old me used to do. The old me used to, I make an extra $5 grand a month. I'm going to increase my expenses by another $6 grand a month. That's the things I used to do before, right? Now but what's funny is that I started asking our creator for more wisdom. King Solomon, richest man that ever lived, asked God for wisdom to lead his people. And God said, because you asked for wisdom, I'm going to give you wisdom and all these other things. So I asked God for wisdom. And guess what, though? But I understand these business principles, picking the right business, the right place, the right time, having work ethic and discipline, right? Which we talked about these. I understood the slight edge. My daily disciplines will lead to either a comfortable life later or an uncomfortable life later. My daily disciplines or lack of disciplines, right? So I'm going to give you guys some intangibles to focus on. Okay, here's some intangibles. Number 1 is desire. Desire is one of the intangibles. You either have it or you don't. You want to know how you got the desire? Let's say you say, I've got a 40-hour-a-week job, and I'm dedicating 20 hours a week to my solar business or real estate business, whatever business you're in. And you actually, that's 60 hours. And you actually dedicate those 20 hours to your business. Not because you're motivated, but even when you're not motivated, because you promised yourself that you would. Do you have that desire? If you want to get to mentor and you're like, I'm sick and tired of not being mentor, I'm sick and tired of not making the money that I want to make, and you're not out there hitting the field, consistently and persistently, then you don't have the desire. You've got to have the desire. You've got to be willing to pay the price. And guess what? The price is paid up front and in full. There's no credit. There's no layaway on success. There's no layaway on becoming a mentor. You got to go out there and do the required amount of sales that are required of you, that were required of me, and that are required of everybody else. Desire is one of the intangibles. The next one is focus. Focus is also an acronym. Follow one course until successful. You've got to be focused. What is the difference between a laser and a flashlight? Focus. Most people are like a flashlight. I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this. And some people are laser focused. Laser focused. I get up in the morning, and if I'm going to work 8 hours today, 10 hours today, you know what I do for those 8 to 10 hours? I work. I work. I'm not watching funny videos on Instagram. You know when I might watch those? When I'm taking a break. When I'm watching, let's say, for example, I'm eating. I'll put on some MMA news. I'll put on some stuff that I like to see. But when I'm done eating 20, 30 minutes later, guess what? I'm working. I am like a laser focus. I'm after it. I'm recruiting people into my business. I'm training people. I'm selling to customers. I'm following up on customers. Here's what it takes. Success in any industry only requires about half a dozen things. It isn't a whole ton of things. For example, in this business, what do? We present to homeowners, we prospect, we recruit, we train, we follow. It ain't that damn complicated, man. That's about half a dozen. Here's what I don't do. I'm not over here designing business cards in the middle of the day when I could be prospecting. I'm not over here wasting time on social media. Don't get high on your own supply. Social media, you should use social media instead of letting social media use you. That's what successful people do. But you know what most people do? They have social media use them. Just like your money. You can make your money work for you, or you could simply work for money. I have multiple streams of income. Money works for me, right? I invest back into my business. I put dollars. See, my dollars put on overalls every day. I get my dollars to put on overalls every day. I'm going to do some Facebook and Instagram advertising to recruit real estate professionals and network marketing professionals. I'm putting my dollars to work for me so they could build my passive income and they could build my business, right? Same thing with social media. Okay. The next one. So focus is number 2 of the intangibles. Number 3, we talked about this already, positioning. You got to position yourself in the right industry at the right time. We talked about that. We won't spend a lot of time on it. The next one, huge, intangible. A winner has a great attitude no matter what. Always. A winner has a great attitude no matter what. Always. When you call me and you say, hey, what's up, JT? You'll never hear me say, oh, nothing. Oh, hanging out. You know why? Because words have power. Can you afford for nothing to be up? Don't answer, oh, nothing. What's up? Everything is up, Pete. What's up? What's up with you? I'm excited. I'm motivated. I'm grateful. I've got a burning desire in my belly to succeed. And it isn't about the money. It's about the impact. Trust me, it's not about the money. Not anymore. It's about the impact. Okay. So you got to have a winner has a great attitude all the time, no matter what. Let me tell you something about team building businesses, which we're in. Negative things go up to your leadership. Never do they go down till they go silent. Like, let's say Pete and Omar on a different team. Hey, Omar, let me tell you something that happened to me. Man, I got this install. It has happened, blah, blah, blah. No. That goes up. Why are you going to spread negativity amongst a sales organization? Are there negative things that happen? Yes. Is the ball dropped from time to time? Of course. But guess what? That's life. That's in every business, and that's in life. You want to learn how to team build. Here's one of the keys to team building. Negative things go up. Positive things go down, to the side, up, everywhere. Okay? Don't go out there and pee in somebody's ear, man, with negativity. No, seriously. This is a very, very big deal. Sometimes some dudes comes up here who has experience, and he starts telling me about a challenge. Like, first of all, it isn't like I'm trying to just hide the challenge, like there's something to hide. No, that's not even what it is. Bro, I got a bunch of those stories too. I got deals stuck and whatever. Guess what? Real estate agents have deals that fall out of escrow. You don't see them in their weekly meeting talking about, or maybe some of them do, right? Had a deal that fell out of escrow. That's the nature of the business, bro. You know what I mean? What are you contributing to this organization right here, right now? Okay, let's keep it moving. We're going to finish up. Your willingness to take risks. Winners also have a willingness to take risks. I read a long time ago, the biggest risk is not to take a risk. The biggest risk is not taking one. Now, this is within reason, right? I'm not telling you to take some crazy risks and stuff that you're going to go financially broke or you're threatening your life. That's not what I'm talking about. But even coming into a new industry, for some people, it's a risk. I was just chatting with a lady in the life insurance business. She used to be a teacher making 30 grand a year. She made 83,000 last month. She was talking about how it was a big risk to leave a safe, secure job. You know, there's people that make $83,000 a month here. Oh yeah. But she happened to do in life insurance, which I believe is a little bit harder. Commissions here are higher. No chargebacks. She could do it there. She could do it here. But the point is, risks are necessary. Absolutely. When you went out there and, for those of you guys with a significant other, you took a risk when you talked to that person. You took a risk that they're going to reject you, right? There's small risks and there's big risks. All right, let's keep it moving. And then finally, to finish off, guys, luck and timing. Luck favors the bold. Some people will say, oh man, oh, you're so lucky. First Monday of the year, you got a referral. You know what's funny about that referral? Let me tell you something about that referral for those people that think this is a difference in mindset between winners and people that don't win. This lady, her name is Joyce. Let me take you back. You tell me if it's luck or if it's boldness and attitude and all these things. I joined the business. I called a friend of mine who's a real estate agent. I said, hey, bro, check this out. I'm in the solar industry. I told him about the ambassador program. He says, yeah, I'll become an ambassador for free. He sends me a lead a couple weeks later, maybe a couple months. I close that deal. Call him. You guys have heard this story before. I say, hey, check this out. You just made $1,000. Your client went solar. He says, that's Miami money. Say, you could have made half. How? Told him about the consulting, became a consultant. Now he sends me a client. I sell that client. I present to the client. I sell the client. I say, congratulations, you made half the commission. This client's going solar. I did such a good job for this client. She referred me to her sister, Joyce. I present to her sister, Joyce. I sell to her sister, Joyce. For Christmas, I invested money in my business. I sent Christmas cards. Reggie got one of them. The same card you got, this lady Joyce got with my family in it. She sends me a screenshot. She says in the screenshot, thank you for the card. Picture perfect. There's a picture of my wife. My wife was pregnant at the time. Our son, right, in the picture, right? December, she was pregnant. Our son's now 5 months old, but she appreciated that gesture. That's the lady that sent me a referral this morning. Do you think that the good service that I did for her, that the Christmas card that I sent her, that the good service I did for her sister who referred me to her, and the real estate agent that I prospected like over a year ago, do you think that maybe that has something to do with me getting this referral? Yes, it's got nothing to do with luck. You create your own luck by being bold and by working your butt off, by being persistent and consistent, by being the person. You got to act like the man before you're the man. You got to act like the stud before you're the stud. You got to act like the master while you're still a disaster. That's what I'm talking about. If you guys like what I'm saying, show me some love on here. Put some fire emojis, put some ones. If you guys are getting value from this. But guess what? Luck, you can create your own luck. God favors the bold. There's a story. Jim Rohn said this story, and I'm going to finish off with this. I'm going to finish the story. There's this farmer. Thank you, Stephen and Ramsey. There's a story of this man that's a gardener. And some other man goes up to him and says, hey, man, you and the good Lord have a very nice garden here. And the farmer says to the guy, he says, you're right. But you should have seen when the good Lord had it all to himself. right? Meaning we do play a part. God is going to give us the abilities. He gave you the same opportunity that he gave me. We got it isn't like when I go, we're in the metaverse and there's a different neighborhood for me than there is for you. You could go knock on the same doors that I knock. The trainings they're not, we don't stop people from getting on these trainings. Anybody can get on these trainings. The same opportunities exist for you as they do for me. So God's going to give us that opportunity, but he's not going to, God provides worms for the birds, but he doesn't go out there and put the worms inside of the nest. The birds have to go out there and get the worms and put them in the nest. You got to go out there and get these worms and put them in the nest, right? And the one that does it with the best attitude, more consistently, more persistently over an extended period of time is going to achieve success. You got to think bigger, faster. When you're going to see people to your left and people to your right quit. Let them quit. I'm telling you, you're going to see people quit. I see from time to time, there's people, oh, so-and-so left the group. Guess what? That's a part of the business. I pray for him. I hope this person finds what he's looking for. People quit the business. I hope this wasn't for them. God bless them. I hope they find what it is that they're looking for. But guess what? I keep them moving. I'm going to keep finding the studs. We've got a lot of studs. We've got a lot of studs on the team. And guess what? We're just going to keep finding and duplicating other studs. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for getting on here. Thank you on Facebook, Jose and Angel. I appreciate you guys for getting on here. We want to kick this off. I'm going to spend some time with the people here in the office. We're going to do some game planning. We're going to go out there and crush it. I'm going to get together with some of the leaders from the team. And we're going to have a couple of weeks of a lot of trainings multiple times throughout the week. And we're going to have different trainings. We're not only going to do Mondays. We're going to do Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And we're going to do a lot more trainings here. Remember, this Saturday, we have a super Saturday here in the RE/MAX office. Okay, here, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is a business overview presentation. From 11:30 to 2 o'clock is a training. You want to come here from 10 to 2. If you guys don't know, on the chats, we have the link to Eventbrite. It's a free event. Just go out there and register so we keep count of how many people are going to show up. So I appreciate you guys. Angel, thank you very much. All right, guys, have a good one.